Welcome to a brand new episode of Undisputed Anime Podcast. This is a podcast where a couple of unks get together and give you some anime recommendations. I'm your host, Zane Reed, aka Zane Taichou, captain when it comes to recommendations. And as always, I'm joined by my besto friend. I was going to come up with a tagline, but I'm not, I don't know. I was on the spot a little bit there. Sushi Day's back, ladies and gentlemen, and MBs.
Hey, it's me. I'm back. I'm led to believe I wasn't here for one. we got stuff going on. We got other projects we're working on. You know,
This is true.
Scheduling was a little bit up and down because of these having to fit in this other thing. But you know, here we are. I'm back.
We're here. Sushi Day. If I pull any weird faces, I've got a real sensitive tooth at the moment. It is like absolutely annoying. Every time I take a drink, like it hits it and I'm like, ooh. So
that sounds awful.
Any funny noises that come from me or any funny faces in this recording, I apologize. I've got a funny tooth.
It's fine. In counter to that, I would just ask you to ignore the extra large piercing on my nose. I need to get a smaller one, but the thing that they only had the big ones when we did it. So
I'm slightly out of touch. The last time I got my ear pierced was Crisis Core came out, and I loved Zack, and I wanted the wolf earring. Got it done. Went to a shop. I was the only guy there. But that was years ago. Crisis Core has had a remake since because I'm old. But we move on. We had a lot of new people join in the Undisputed Anime movement. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining us. We had like one of our biggest episodes with reviewing Demon Slayer. So if you haven't checked out that review, be sure to check out our last episode. But if you are new to anime, we just want to welcome you to our community. There's a lot of talk in the anime community space at the moment with phrases like anime tourists, and there's a whole debate about if anime is political or not political. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. We just want to build a community where we could talk about anime open and freely. And if you got a hot take, we'll probably show some banter, but that's absolutely fine. So we want to say, if you want to join this community, we are more than welcome to have you. We have created Reddit. What are they called? Reddit? Boards, thank you. We had a Discord. I'm sounding really old today. Discord. So
not beating those allegations.
We'll reactivate that if you want somewhere to hang out and just talk about domain expansions and things of that nature. So welcome to the community. Sushi Day, do you want to add anything?
Just welcome, and just keep it civil. We're all just here to enjoy the same stuff,
Absolutely. And again, if you're new to the genre, if you're old to it, like maybe you saw Akira in cinemas, or maybe you have just discovered Beyblades, it's absolutely fine. We're here to talk about it. It's funny that I mentioned Beyblades because I was thinking, we had some friends reach out to us recently, and they were like, our kids have just finished Pokemon. A lot of the kids at school were talking about Demon Slayer. Is it safe for my kid to watch Demon Slayer? And it's like, ooh.
It was a whole thing with differing opinions. I will say, not to be the witch in the room, here, but it did feel like the moment that I chimed in, everyone stopped talking about it, and it really felt like I may have said some things that people didn't want to, that the people who asking questions didn't want to hear or address.
Oh, what about the ratings and stuff? Or
yeah, no, it was more so. I was like saying, I think it's less about like what the kids are comfortable with and more about what the parents are comfortable with. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
So I feel like the conversation kind of like fizzled out the moment that I said that. So I feel like maybe that's something they didn't want to confront because they don't want to be uncool parents.
Yeah. It's weird when you look back on certain shows as well, because at first we were like, I'm pretty sure Yu-Gi-Oh is safe for like 6-year-olds to watch, and then we were like, oh, actually, Yugi's kind of playing for his grandpa's soul.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think. I mean, but let's not turn this into a whole episode, because I could talk about this for a whole episode. But I generally think that anime in general does a much better job than most of the shows that come out in the West, most of the cartoons that come out in the West for kids, at showing and teaching certain lessons. I feel like there's too much fear in like Western animation to do something a little bit darker, because it's like there's a fear that it's like that kids aren't able to understand the nuance of it and process it. Whereas I think, you watch something like Naruto, full of fighting, full of violence, full of like war and horrible things. But it's like, ultimately the message is like about camaraderie and stuff like that, and like fighting to like stay true to yourself. It's all stuff like that. It's like I think that those lessons don't get taught very well in Western cartoons. There are exceptions that go real hard, but I do think that like, I mean, when I was growing up, I was watching like Transformers and like G.I. Joe and stuff like that, and it's like, how is that better or better? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. There's always like a moral or a value to learn from. So, like you said, the value of friendship, the value of working as a team. In that first couple of arcs of Naruto. So no, I completely understand that, and even to an extent, Pokemon. Treat animals fairly and all that jazz. You don't get that with Biker Mice and Mars or Thundercats.
Yeah. But I think that the way that I think that a lot of people, like parents in the West, look at it is like, well, it's not humans doing that to one another, so I can kind of like I can turn a blind eye to it because they're not people doing this. It's the biker mice from Mars. It's these giant robots that transform into cars,
Yeah, and I guess with those series, the end goal was always about selling action figures, right? It was all about, biker mice from Mars, get the complete set and all that jazz, where Naruto is based off a manga. That's...
I mean, here is what it comes down to. You either want your children growing up learning these very important, valuable life lessons, or just get inducted into consumerism quicker. That's true. I can see that. I've seen your child running around with a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
You just don't like seeing children fighting Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Let's move on, because like I said, this is one of those things where I could talk about it a lot, and I don't think that that's what I'm here for today.
Yeah. Play devil's advocate. Of course, some of those collectors-based anime series, Beyblades, Pokemon, they do have a horrendous merchandise side of it. So yeah, no one is excused from the table, shall we say? But
yeah. There's got to be nuance. There's got to be nuance at the end of the day. So
today we are going to talk about a few different things. We have got the summer anime series have just wrapped up. So we're going to touch on that a little bit. We're going to talk about some of the stuff we're excited about for the fall. And I think that's about it.
Just getting back into it today,
General Chinwag this week. I feel slightly done by. And by done by, I feel like they did me dirty. Kaiju number 8. I didn't realize number 23 was the last episode. And that's
a weird one to end on.
They left it on such a tantalizing, cliffhanger.
I'm like, I haven't watched any of the new season of Kaiju number 8 yet. It's on my list to do, but
Yeah.
do love some Kaiju number 8. If we're to like just briefly dip into spoilers, where did it end?
It ended with slight spoilers. A bunch of number kaiju turn up and square off against the strongest soldiers.
Okay, I know where we're at. That's awesome. That's pretty good.
But
That's pretty good.
The annoying thing is, I feel like this is kaiju number 8's like MO. Like, it does this every time, and every time it does it, I'm always clapping. But there's a soldier who's fighting a kaiju. They're fighting for their life. It pummels them like crazy, and they're like, in their mind, they're like, oh, I gotta keep fighting. And then they have this one moment where they're like, I don't want to die though. And then it goes to swing for them, and then Kafka turns up, and he's like electrifying. And
I'm here.
he picks them up and he puts them down. It's like Goku during the Namek part, you know what I mean? Where he's already standing there with whoever it is in his arms, and then he puts them to one side.
Like, don't worry, I'm here now. You can rest.
Yeah, I feel like that is just kaiju number 8. And again, I love it for doing it every time, because I love it. I love it. But it's annoying that that's how it ends, and you're like,
yeah, that's quite the place to end it on. Like, really, like, wow.
And he's just radioing. He's like, kaiju number 8 deployed, and it's like, oh, Kafka.
That is a great place. To be fair, despite being frustrating as hell, great place to end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, great place, because I can see that in my head. I can see the manga frame.
Yeah.
Look, great stuff.
And again, the other part of this is that I feel like this season has been a step up compared to season 1, and that might sound silly to say out loud, because you always expect season 2 to kind of be a step up in a weird way, but it has really delivered this season.
I think the story of Kaiju number 8 is a bit like that, though. I think that what we see in season 1 is very much just like it has to set Kafka up to like work a bit more freely, because I think in the first series it's all like he spends a lot of time hiding the fact that he's Kaiju number 8, and that kind of impedes him being able to kind of fight with his comrades in a meaningful way. Whereas you come into season 2 and that second arc where it's like, okay, everyone knows that he's Kaiju number 8 now, but that also means that there's more opportunity for him to learn, because he learns the captain's like special martial arts, doesn't he? To upgrade his own fighting style and stuff.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So it's like he had to get discovered to be Kaiju number 8 in order to advance, and then it's all about like, oh, how do people view him now? It's like people are like, oh, he's still the same guy despite being a kaiju and stuff. It's so good, so good.
There's some really cool stuff in here as well. Like, I was really shocked that there's like a whole scene where there's a wedding, and you just behind like I don't know what you call them, the vicar, the one who's ordained
the officiant.
The officiant. There's a pane glass window, and it's just like a kaiju's face looking in, and I was like, whoa, that. And then there's this kind of dread, because it's like all these like people at the wedding running away, and it's like trying to grab them to eat them and stuff. Almost gave me a little bit Attack on Titan vibes, but I loved it. I thought, wow, this feels like a step up compared to the whole villain of the week, Kaiju 8 arrives, punches it into oblivion.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Good stuff. I really got to get on top of it. I kind of was watching a lot of anime, and then I stopped watching a lot of anime because I've been watching something else. It's kind of like one of those things where I'm just trying to juggle what I like at the moment. That said, I did watch some anime recently. A lot of anime.
Yeah.
I got caught up with To Be Hero X.
What did you think of the ending?
Incredible. Like, not to completely meme it, but absolute cinema. They really went, like, I know that a lot of the whole meme about the show is like, okay, why are we only getting 2D episodes all the time now? And it's because they were saving up for these last couple of episodes. they needed like 3 seasons budget for like what was going on in those last couple of episodes.
You know there's a good episode coming when a couple of episodes before are kind of like low key, like you're like, the animation doesn't feel as good as it used to be, and then there's an episode where you're like, here's the budget.
Yeah. And honestly, because I really like, because To Be Hero X generally was a property that I wasn't familiar with when it came out. It's obviously donghua. I don't read any donghua. I've yet to find a reliable place to read any. So I don't know anything about To Be Hero X outside of the anime. But I've really enjoyed it. I just enjoyed that like the whole first season was basically setting up every individual key player to then go on to season 2, where it's like, okay, we know who everyone is now. We can just get straight to it.
Yeah. That last episode is a bit of a info dump, because it kind of not only talks about X and his whole, I don't want to say master plan because it makes him sound like a villain, but what his goal is. Like, we find the most about X in that last episode, even his origin to an extent. But the way that it kind of pieces the whole series together as well, because everything is taken out of sequence order and rearranged, because we're following that particular character for 2 episodes, but 3 episodes ago that happened to Phantom Blade, and etc. So for it to kind of, and then for him to show, I can't remember the dog's name, I think it's Anku.
Yeah, Anku, I think.
But yeah, for X to kind of show the timeline and in order and stuff is outstanding. It feels almost like Lost, the TV show, like the way that it would have those weird flashbacks. Then right at the end of the finale, it all comes together. You're like, oh my god,
it was so good though, because you obviously like now you see who's got beef with who. You've got all of these characters where it's like, okay, well, you know that this guy killed this person's dad, but you also know that this person killed. As the viewer, you've seen so much more, and then as the viewer, you're also left with a load of questions of like, oh, well, this person knows that this person was responsible for X person's death. Why they being so okay with it? Because obviously, Lin is like he knows that it was
Rock.
What's the Bolt guy? Isol. Oh, he knows that it was Isol who killed I can't remember her name now. There's so many names.
Girl?
Yeah, something like that. I'm being so untrue to myself right now, but like, and at the same time, we know that we just there's just so much we know as like viewers, and then obviously we end on that like great thing of like of the aura farming king Hero X just like showing up in the very center. His alarm goes off. It's clock off time, and he reveals his true identity to the world.
Yeah,
knowing that he's like, okay, I've got to get involved now. Especially because like the last 2 episodes were like literally all the hero organizations like he's too powerful. Like we got to stop this guy.
Yeah. There's so many like little rabbit holes. Like, is his power time based? Because he has the watch. Like, and does that mean he can only use his power for a certain amount of time and then stop using it? Or there's all these little, like you say, details that are there. I kind of hope that someone, or even the studio itself, releases a version where everything takes place in sequence order, so that way you can see. It's a bit like Memento. You could see it the other way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose you could do that yourself, because it was very much the same with. Don't know if you ever watched it, but some of our viewers might have. The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Great high school kind of supernatural slice of life / comedy, but every single its first season is 24 episodes, but every single episode that comes out, the release order of the episodes is not chronological. So
Right.
I think you start with episode 1, and then it jumps like straight to like episode 20 chronologically, and then it does a lot of jumping backwards and forwards. So you're like learning stuff here and there in the wrong order. But then if you go back, you can watch the episodes in chronological order and make it make complete sense in terms of the flow of the show.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I don't think I've ever talked about on here. Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, probably one of my favorite anime series, or since I started watching anime. Just generally because of like how it was structured. I thought it was a really interesting way to do things. I think, spoiler alert, generally the premise is that it's about this regular guy, and he meets this girl, Haruhi Suzumiya, and then after he meets her, he starts meeting all these other strange people. He meets this girl who says that she's an alien. He meets this girl who says that she's a time traveler. He meets this guy who says he's an Esper. But it's like, the key thing is like, they've all been sent to observe Haruhi Suzumiya, and like no one really knows why. But then it turns out that everything that happens in the show, everything that happens in the story, happens because she wants it to happen. Because she doesn't know it, but she's got like some sort of like god-like omnipotence. So if she gets excited about something and wants something to happen, it will happen in the world. She wanted there to be ghosts and aliens, so ghosts and aliens became a thing. She wanted there to be espers. She wanted this. It's definitely worth watching. It's so good. It's like it's such a good show.
That's cool.
I'm jumping ahead now. I'm just talking about this show now because and then you go into season 2, and the season 2, I think that the first, I can't remember exactly what it is, but so I'll just say summer. But the first like 6 episodes, maybe even more than that, are called like Endless Summer, and each of those episodes is almost the exact same episode with just things happening slightly different because she doesn't want the summer to end because she's having so much fun with her friends that it keeps repeating stuff.
It's like a Timmy Turner.
Yeah. So it's like the thing is like the main characters, they all know that this is happening, but they don't know how to make it stop. So they're like, and I think that only one of the characters, like the regular guy, is the only one who's like, wait, this is happening. This has happened several times before.
That's crazy.
Go out there and watch it. I don't know where you could even find it to watch. I'm gonna have a look just now. Once I find it, I'll get it put into the like show notes or something because it's worth checking out.
No, I like the sound of that. I'm always fond, or I'm always interested in anything that has a different way of storytelling. So that's cool. Like I mentioned before, Lost. There was a TV show called Fast Forward, which is a similar thing as well. So yeah, no, that's cool. Did you keep up to date with Dan to Dan as well?
I'm a little bit behind on Dan to Dan. But I'm obviously I know what's up. I know what's up. I'm on the social medias to some degree. So
again, another phenomenal season from them. I don't
really
know what
just
to
out
say,
here
really.
doing the Lord's work.
I kind of like the fact that they're building out this like cast of like outsiders, shall we say. It's really fun. And no 2 episodes ever really feel the same. There's some great callbacks, like the end of season 2 is a great ending, mirroring the end of episode 1, with the explosion behind Momo and stuff. So that was really cool. But yeah, just a phenomenal show.
The funniest thing about like being an anime watcher and a manga reader of Dan to Dan is like, obviously you keep saying, like I'm seeing a load of like takes of like, oh, I love how, like you just said, I love how they're like fleshing out, they're building up this gang, and I'm like, that's not even half of it, mate. That's you've still not met X, 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 Z, and Y. You've still not seen these several dozen other characters. It's so good. It's so good.
I'm really enjoying it. And
Dan to Dan is like one of those is really, I think, what the space really needed. and stuff. It really needed a story like this. It's every single week in my like kind of regular mangas. The ones that I'm excited to read are Dan to Dan and Akane Benashi.
Okay, yeah.
Those are my two most waited for manga every single week.
Do you think Akane would do well as an anime?
I think it's going to do so well. If what I would love to see them do is it's obviously not going to be like a 1-for-1. I'd love to see them do something clever with animation like they did in Demon Slayer. Obviously, it's not that kind of story, but like I love that the breathing forms, when they're used, they take on the form of this like very classical like Japanese art like style, like and colors. I would love to see them do something like that with when the stories are being told. I would like to see them do something clever with like transitions and how they change color when the stories are being told. Yeah. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure we'll probably get like a trailer in like early 2026.
I think so. I'm pretty sure it's scheduled for 2026. I don't know when about. I imagine probably this time next year or fall. But yeah, I'm really intrigued because I know you've obviously rated it really highly. Matt from Manga Tack Podcast has talked about it very highly as well. So I'm really intrigued to see how it will do as an anime series.
It's going to do so well. I'm going to make it do so
well. Any other anime shows that you've been keeping up to date with? Because there's one I want to talk to you about, but
nothing I've been keeping up to date with at the moment, other than I see clips put together on YouTube Shorts and stuff, but nothing that I'm like actively watching. Like I said, I just need to get back. I'm trying to get back up to date on the things that I was watching. Got some episodes of Fire Force to catch up on.
Oh yeah.
So I'm trying. I got same with Vigilantes. Like,
yeah, Vigilantes feels like it kind of came and went a little bit now, doesn't it? On reflection.
That might just be because people are just hype about like the final season of
My Hero
coming out. So because that's obviously coming up. So
days away. At the time of recording this podcast, it is days away.
7 days, about a week, isn't it?
I think it might be even less.
Comes out on the 4th.
Is it 4th of October?
4th of October. It'll be 4th of October, Japan, which is ahead of us. So it probably would be 6 days, I guess, with that in mind.
Yeah, you're right. Ooh. So 2 other shows that finished up is Dr. Stone, which was just like unbelievable. Like just a little bit like a cinema moment. I can't put my finger on what makes Dr. Stone so great, because it's not like incredible animation or anything, but I guess it's just that you fall in love with these characters, and the last thing you want is to see the worst for them.
Yeah, because you imagine seeing one of the parties, the party's like innocent, we must protect this character being left on her own for like a decade. Could you imagine anyone wanting to see that?
It was difficult to watch.
Yeah, but now she's grown up. She's grown up now.
Yeah. It's like spoilers if you haven't watched Dr. Stone. But yeah, the whole kind of Stan attacking them, I was kind of like, I'm not quite sure why, because I guess because they stole Dr. Zeno and everything, and that pursuit was still the end goal. But the fact that, they set Suika up to be the first one to receive the revival fluid, like you say, it feels like, okay, they're doing that to protect Suika. But then the flip reversed is that when she wakes up, there's no fluid, there's nothing. Yes. And then it takes her 7 years to replicate and bring everyone back. Is just a heartbreaking story.
Yeah, basically, no, stories like that are great. And I think that's what's so good about Dr. Stone. I think at the heart of it, obviously, if you like seeing like science used cleverly as like kind of a power, because that's what his power is. His power is being smart. He's like, it's very like Tony Stark, isn't it? But it's like, oh, there's that. But I think that at its heart, the story of Dr. Stone is a story about like human perseverance.
Yeah,
and I think it's very relatable in that way.
Yeah,
I think they've captured people very well in Dr. Stone. So
yeah, I was blown away with the last couple of episodes, and it's kind of, again, I'm always intrigued to see how they do it. Like, how does Suika make the revival fluid with nothing else around her? How does Francois make an incredible meal? Like, you know, there's all these elements. So yeah, I'm always intrigued. The other last show I really wanted to talk to you about was Rising of the Shield Hero.
Okay, because I did see, and I did see a YouTube short recently which was like saying anime this season that was trash. So I did mean to mention that to you.
Yeah, I saw that season 4 had some really high rated episodes. So I was like, you know what? It's been a while since I've watched season 2. Let me jump in, and like, I binged season 3 in like a week. It's 12 episodes long, so it wasn't that demanding. But I was kind of surprised like how quickly I got through it, because I was like, oh, we're in season 4 right now. Like, this is wild. I guess the weird thing with season 4 is it's almost like 2 parts. If I might be I might be mixing in season 3 a little bit. But part 1 is like, he has this whole kingdom, and it's like all these demi-humans that are like fighting. There's a lot of like political gain, you know, for the Shield Hero.
Yeah, because if I remember because I fell off the manga, not because I wasn't enjoying it. I think I just got busy, like I do so many times. But if I recall, like at some point in the story, it gets to the bit where he's given a small kingdom, or he's given a small like amount of land, and he's like, I'm going to go out, I'm going to buy all of these demi-human slaves.
Yeah,
and they're going to live in this space. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what he does in season 3, is that he ends up in the Colosseum. He raises all these funds to buy the demi-humans and then bring them back to his land and lets them free and live out and stuff. But they get attacked because, minor spoilers for season 4, it turns out Reptalia is a princess for another country of demi-humans, which sounds very Princess Diaries. So what happens is they want to go to the country to be like, yo, we're not coming for you, it's fine. But to do that, they have to go through a demi-human country that they herald the Shield Hero as a god.
Oh.
Because the previous Shield Hero that lived there built the nation and all this other stuff. So when he gets there, they're like infatuated with him and stuff like that. But it becomes a little bit Game of Thrones, because there's like one side of the demi-humans that want him to stay and they won't let him leave. And there's another side that just wants to prove that he isn't a god, and they want to absorb his not his power, but his status, if that makes sense. Yeah, exactly. So I can see that part being quite boring. Great animation, like, and way better than what season 2 was. Both 3 and 4 much easier to watch than season 2. But yeah, it's a very weird story.
I'll have to have a skim through and see what I make of it.
Yeah, because he finally made peace with all the other heroes except for the spear hero.
Yeah, it's Lance Hero, isn't it?
Yeah, they're on good terms now, but it's a bit. He's become the comedic character like crazy, because at the moment
he simped so hard for the princess, and the princess is the reason why the Shield Hero is in so much trouble to begin with.
Yeah, so he now they never know where he is, by the way, because what he does is he actually circulates around the Shield Heroes' lands, and he stops attackers from coming in trying to steal the demi-humans that are living in the village. So he's constantly fighting off all these like slavers and stuff, and he's like, I'm doing this to win the Shield Heroes
get his favor,
and B, so that he'll allow me to marry Philo, the magical
the bird, the chocobo.
Yeah. So he's like doing all this crazy stuff, but no one knows, because they even get these like weird reports. They're like, yeah, we found like weird explosion marks outside of the village, but we don't know what was there. It doesn't feel like it was like from underground, and it cuts to him like fighting for his life in like a fire spell and stuff. So yeah, it's funny, but it's a weird watching experience.
Yeah. Okay. I'll need to check out. If you got any comments about that, though, if you got any comments about Shield Hero Season 4, please leave them below, because I'm sure that Zane will have something to say about them.
Well, I'm enjoying it. I'm saying it's an easy watch.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that like you might have you're in a better position to have an opinion than I am.
Fair.
You're in a better position to engage, so to speak.
That's
I can only
true.
go with what I know from the manga.
Where did you get up to this part of the manga then?
So in the manga, yeah, I must have gotten up to at least this part.
Yeah.
So I remember things got a little bit crazy for a time, because they were like kind of dealing with heroes from like another world.
Season 2. Yeah.
And then there was like the giant dragon turtle thing, and then there was some stuff where the whole party got separated.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to know that. I think the continuity, if you're just thinking from memory, it feels like the continuity's weird, but that's just because I've not read it in a while, so I'm not remembering everything super clearly.
I think season 2 is a tricky one to watch, but I think if you go back to it, season 3 and 4 feel a little bit more in line with season 1. It might not be as dark, but it's definitely. Sometimes watching these shows give me the itch to play certain games as well. So him having this village and managing it and stuff, and managing his party, I'm kind of like, I just want like a good tactical RPG now. Like,
yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I had the same when I was watching Shangri-La Frontier. Like when he was like piloting mechs, I was like, I could play Armored Core. I'm a gamer.
Pro gamer.
It's not a bad idea. I like the sound of that. Should we talk about what's coming up?
Yeah, remarkably, I have not a ton to say about this next coming season. I don't think it's filled with like as many bangers as this past season was.
Agreed.
So,
yeah.
So I don't think we'll be on this quite as long as we usually are.
What are you excited for?
There's only really one thing that I'm actively seeking to watch, just because of how good the promo stuff of it's been for it so far, and that is. Let's get the full title here. Digimon Beat Break.
Ooh, yeah.
Comes out next week, 5th of October. All the trailers I've seen for it so far look great. It kind of like feels like old Digimon while also being its own thing. And I'm kind of into that. Like we're not like seeing like a new person with like a tiny dinosaur. We're getting like this little like gecko thing.
Yeah.
So it looks like it could be really good. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it. See where we go.
I'm gonna say it. Is Digimon back? I feel like Digimon's coming back.
I mean, we'll talk about it on another episode. like where we talk about like anime video games, like adaptations, but or like in that space, but like yeah, because isn't like the demo for the new Digimon game like absolute banger?
Yeah, Digimon Stranger something?
Time Stranger.
Time Stranger, yeah.
I've seen a lot of people like what is Nintendo doing with Pokemon, and then they'll show like clips of like Digimon and stuff like that, and it's like, what, this looks great. Like they have like I've only seen like a battle with Patamon, and like when Patamon does like his bubble blast, he's got his like there's a unique animation for bubble blast. It's not just like a generic.
Oh really?
Like,
I hadn't seen that.
Goes up and does the bubble blast.
Oh. Yeah, I feel like it's coming back because there's that, like you said, there's a new anime series. I've seen people have like the Digi Vices, like, and they're just putting them as key rings on their like backpacks and stuff with like an LED screens, and they can look after their Digimon and stuff. And I'm like, is Digimon back?
I gotta get me one of those.
Yeah. I like the look of that. I'm going to say it. I feel like it's coming back.
I hope it's coming back. I think that Digimon was excellent competition for Pokemon. And I feel like, well, I hate to say it, I feel like Pokemon needs more competition.
I agree.
And I'm a big fan of Digimon generally. Like as a kid, I loved it. So I'd be very, very keen to actually see Digimon start doing really good again.
100%. 100%. Something that I was really interested to check out was something called My Status as an Assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. Yeah.
I have read the manga of this. So I had to just quickly skim through the description of it. I've read the manga of this.
And
spoiler,
the Sushi Day rating, is it?
It's good. I enjoyed it. But it stopped getting updated like years ago.
Oh.
So I'm on like a cliffhanger. But I don't know what's happening next because there's not been any more, which I'm very disappointed about. So I'm wondering. Well, I hope that this does well because I would love to see it continue. I thought it was like it's not like peak fiction, but it's definitely like a solid 6 or 7.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's actually like very, very good. It is obviously another isekai. It is an isekai, but I think it's done pretty well.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. It feels like maybe the safer version of Eminence in Shadow. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see where this one goes. So it's on my watch list. Just trying to think if there was anything else. I think there's the usual culprits. You've got My Hero Academia's final season. One Punch Man, I'll watch the first 1 or 2 episodes.
Just to see where we're at of it.
Yeah, just do a litmus test on it to see where we are.
I mean, there's the next season, second season of Ranma Half is out, which I know that you enjoyed.
I really enjoyed that. Yeah, it was a really good remake.
Spy Family Season 3.
I think I'm out of Spy Family.
I still love seeing clips of it. And me and Kira were really enjoying watching it. Maybe when the nights are getting longer again and we're just like watching more TV together, we'll get back into it because we were really enjoying it. I know. So I'm interested in checking this next one out. Not sure how far I'll follow it, but isn't Santa coming out?
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm very interested about an anime where it's like, oh, you're of Santa Claus's bloodline.
Because it's the same creator who made Beastars, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the studio who made Dandadan, Science Saru.
Yeah. Could be interesting.
I think it could be a banger. Could definitely be a good one to watch.
And if you're looking for any like more information about Santa, I believe that Matt over at Mangatak actually did an episode or a short about it, didn't he? I could be. I'm pretty sure I'm not remembering it correctly. I'm pretty sure I saw it on the Mangatak Instagram on the social media.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe go and check him out, and you'll learn something new about it. Maybe you'll learn it is the most hype anime of this next season. Missed opportunity to not release it in like the winter season, but
yeah, I guess the fall kind of leads into the winter.
Yeah, and obviously Christmas isn't as big a deal in Japan, so I guess doesn't really matter for them, does it? Still.
Are you gonna check out My Gift level 999 unlimited gacha?
No. The reason for that is I couldn't get into it.
Okay.
I couldn't get into the manhwa.
Yeah.
There are a couple of manhwa that are out there at the moment, which, if you read the comments, they're like the most hype thing that that these people have seen. Like they're like, this is literally like the best thing out there at the moment. But there's a couple I keep trying to read the first couple of chapters over and over again. And I'm like, I just cannot get into this. And my gift level 999 unlimited gacha is one of those ones which I just could not get into.
Two others I'm pretty sure you've read or watched is Your Eternity. I couldn't get through the first season.
It's very sad.
Yeah. Would you be checking out season 3?
I fell off season 1.
Okay.
Not because it's bad. Again, it's just one of those things where it's like, you've got every intention of sticking it through, but then life gets busy. I thought it was really good. So maybe when it's all out, I'll just watch it all, binge the whole thing. So I know it's just because it's just it's a different story altogether because it's just about like kind of living. Yeah,
it's definitely got a message and a completely different pace as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, I don't know if it was like, I think it made me more sleepy because I'd watch it when I was going to bed and I would be like, this is too much for me to process right now.
Yeah, I think when I was reading it, I was like, you keep making me care for these characters and then you keep killing them and making the main character watch and have to face that. He's like this immortal like thing that's going to continue to live. It's kind of like I got a big sad reading it. So
yeah. But on a lighter note, Campfire Cooking in Another World.
Love the manga.
Yeah,
I've not actually checked out the anime at all yet.
Oh, okay.
I've also got like the first volume of the light novel. It was purchased for me by a good friend in Japan. It was you. It was you.
For a moment, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's me. But then I was like, yeah.
I do have a good friend who was living in Japan until recently, but like it was you. You brought me back.
I remember. Yeah, I saw it and I was like, he likes cooking manga.
I can't read it, but it's like I'm learning Japanese, but I'm not there yet. Not enough to read a light novel.
I didn't realize it was the light novel. I thought it was the full-on manga.
Yeah, I think that there's so many like manga series out there that people start reading. They're like, oh, this is great, and a lot of people don't realize it's like, actually, no, this is the manga itself is an adaptation of a light novel. It's like I don't know how many people I've spoken to in like the past who are like they've liked stuff like Sword Art Online. I'm like, have you ever read the light novel? And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's like it's not based on a manga. It's based on a light novel. like series, which slaps.
Yeah.
It's the light novel's really good as like a teen fiction sort of thing.
I'm always on the fence about reading That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime light novel. Like, I really enjoyed the manga version, but I'm kind of like, ooh, do I dare to read the light novel?
That's where I'm at, because like I keep seeing these YouTube shorts where it's like, oh, Rimuru has this power, and I'm like flicking through the manga, like, no, he doesn't. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and especially now it's ended as well. There was news that is scheduled to end in November.
Yeah, last chapter. Ooh. Well, it's nice when things have an endpoint. So
that's true. It's true. The other ones that are on my radar, there's Wan Dance, which I know is a very popular manga about breakdancing and stuff. And it's been produced by Madhouse.
Does it follow the story of the Olympian who did breakdancing at the Olympics?
I don't know if it's about... Let's have a quick look. Kotani is starting high school, and he plans to do what he always done: go along with his friends, keep quiet, and not draw too much attention to himself. After all, it's hard enough to get by with a stutter like his. Wow. Why make things worse by staying out from the crowd? But then he sees another first year, Hikari Wanda, dancing like no one is watching, or like she doesn't care who sees her. It makes our boy wonder, could he reach the same freedom? To find his way to wonder, he joins something he never thought he could. He joins a dance club. After all, every routine begins with a single step, right? Join the two as they freestyle their way to life and love.
I'm watching the trailer as we speak.
What's the animation like?
Animation's great. I'm just like, wait a second, let me just have a look here. Okay, that's the one thing I'm not liking about it, is that it looks like in some of the dancing, it goes into like a very Persona 4, like Persona dancing all night sort of like dancing game sort of animation, where it's like slightly more 3D.
I was going to say, is it using 3D CGI then?
Yes, but it's like 3D CGI as in like kind of, it still looks anime. Kind of, right. I guess kind of like what they did with, was it Dragon Ball? It was Dragon Ball Z with Beast Gohan. What was that? Which one was that?
Oh, Superhero.
Yeah, Superhero. You know how they did it in that? It's like kind of like that animation. Like the anime itself is in regular traditional animation, but these dance animations are in this kind of like very like anime game-esque thing. I watched the trailer. It does look really good. It's just like it's a bit jarring when it suddenly jumps into you seeing these two people freestyle dancing underwater in a pool.
So it gives that kind of... I'm skipping around, see if I can find it.
If you go to 58 seconds.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like a weird cel-shaded... But I know what you mean. It's kind of like the mobile games or something.
Yeah. Like, it's like one of those things, little bit jarring when you're not expecting it.
I mean, maybe because there's water as well, because they're adding like a lot of water effects to...
Yeah, it's... I think it could probably be pretty good.
Yeah.
My webcam is gone. Yeah, I might actually check it out. It does actually look pretty like fun. So,
like I said, I know the manga is very popular. I didn't know the main character had a stutter, so that's really interesting.
It could be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's really.
I'm down.
Cool.
I'm down for it. I'm here.
think that's everything, I'm just trying to quick scroll through. Like you said, I don't think there's like abundance.
Yeah, I think that we had a packed summer season. Like absolutely jam-packed, and that's on top of like things like Chainsaw Man, Reze Arc, and like Infinity Castle, Demon Slayer. Like, it just felt like summer was very hype for anime.
Absolutely. That Demon Slayer, I've saw that it's like box office numbers are outdoing Mission Impossible, and I saw that it's already outdone Fantastic Four: First Steps, and it's on route to maybe overtake Superman in terms of, again, box office profits.
I love
Sounds
that.
crazy.
I love that. I'm seeing a lot of like discourse in the comments of Instagram like reels and stuff at the moment, because like you've got people who are like, oh, this is like a children's movie, like give me Demon Slayer, that's going to be so peak and stuff like that. It's like there seems to be this like big argument, like this big like war going on between people who liked Infinity Castle the movie and people who were enjoying like the Chainsaw Man movie, where they're like, this is peak adult fiction, like Demon Slayer is for children, Chainsaw Man's for men and stuff like that. Like that sort of like argument.
I can see Denji being the new Ryan Gosling, where that meme where he's like, he's literally me.
I really want to see if people keep it. Let's assume that they keep making the anime. They keep making it. It continues into Chainsaw Man 2. I want to see if the people who are saying all this stuff about Denji are still saying this stuff about Denji when we're at where we're at in the manga.
I hear you. You.
Because there's some, dare I say, fucked up shit going on like in the Chainsaw Man manga right now.
I guess that could be a topic for another episode. Do we think will part 2 be animated?
I guess if they're making all this money from the movie, maybe I think that it will be.
Maybe. I don't know if part 1 did well enough. I know it did good enough DVD sales wise, but I don't know like how well it did like overall. So yeah, might be one to look into, I think.
Guess we'll see. I'd love to talk about it on another episode though. So
yeah, absolutely.
Put it on the list.
But if there is anything you want us to talk about, I know we've had some comments as well about doing episodes on manga and particular anime series. So I do see the comments. Please bring them in. We will get to them at some stage. So please give us more of your recommendations and we'll give you more of our recommendations. And we're all sharing. We're all part of the anime community, which is all cool. Susude, any final words?
As the days get shorter and the nights get longer, don't you touch that thermostat. Stay strong. We live in expensive times. You can't afford that to keep up that expensive anime addiction if you turn on your heating.
Just boot that PS4. You'll stay warm.
Turn on the PS4. It'll feel like you're going on holiday.
But for now, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Give us a star rating if you're listening to us on your favorite podcast platform. And we shall see you in 2 weeks' time for our catch up. See you soon. Peace.